Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey,
Hey, boo.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am kind of good. I was rushing. Let me say something. Day has been crazy. I don't know what possessed me because my daughter is still on spring break. And I don't know what possessed me to make her hair appointment today for her, because she has a competition this weekend. And I don't know what possessed me to make her hair appointment today. Because, like, literally, I came from getting her hair done, picked up my son, had to cook dinner in like 45 minutes, eat it, and then get ready here to talk to you guys. So I'm like, I'm definitely drinking right now on a Tuesday.
True.
Because, yeah, how are you and how was your weekend and stuff?
I'm good. I thought I was going to have a day like yours. I thought I had scheduled my therapy session today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had that support group today and then this. But my therapy session is tomorrow, thank God. And then my support group, the last night is next week.
Oh, okay.
So I am, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm happy it's over because it has been helping. But I'm glad that it's over because Tuesday has been rough.
Crazy.
Yeah, especially with JT being gone. But as far as my weekend, I hung out with one of my friends. I went out to eat and all that good stuff. And I enjoyed my kid-free weekend. I mean, I said that last week, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. Like, it was amazing. For the most part, my dogs weren't wilding.
So it was just a lit ass weekend for you.
Yes. How was your weekend, Dice?
It was cool. I had a little turn up at the house. Oh, look, the son. I'm calling him the son. Has figured out how to climb out his crib now.
Oh.
But not perfectly. His dismount, he's still working on the dismount, but he climbs over and kind of like falls down. So like literally I will put him down for his nap and we'll go on my merry little way, and next thing I know, he's standing right in front of me like, you. I'm like, yeah. Earlier today, I was washing my daughter's hair before her hair appointment because I wash it before they braid it or whatever, just to save money. And like literally, I'm washing her hair, and like I hear boom, and then there was like a little quiet pause. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I'm listening because I'm like, all right, me and her in here. He's asleep. The dog downstairs. What the fuck is that thump? Next thing I know, he knocking on the bathroom door. Mommy! I'm like, yo, I'm going to jab your ass. So I don't know what I'm going to do about this sleeping situation because his bed was basically the place that I can put him and walk away and know, like, all right, you're not going no fucking way. But that is off limits. But let's see. Oh, last competition this weekend. Cross my fingers. Hopefully they don't win a bid to US finals.
No.
Ooh. No. If they win a bid to US finals, like legit the following weekend, we have to go to Rhode Island. So no, there's no time. I cannot get my mind together. You need to just take this L and we'll try to get next season. Like, I don't want to go. Like,
I'm not rooting for that. No.
I'm not rooting for her to lose. I just don't. Y'all can get first place, but I don't want y'all to get grand champion and win a bid to US finals. Like, for new listeners, my daughter is an all-star cheer. So this is literally the last competition of the regular season, and I wanted to be
Rhode Island.
Look, that's the postseason that I'm hopefully they don't make it to. One of our teams is going. And first of all, they're already trying to swindle me, talking about, well, you should come anyway, even though your daughter isn't competing. Because I mean, like, you've been at all the competitions anyway. I was like, they've been local, bitch. What are you talking about? Like, Rhode Island is like a 7-hour drive. Like, who has the
Ooh.
time? Talking about, well, I'm sure Kylie will want to come and support. I'm sure Kylie needs to put in on this gas and hotel money. Like, how about that?
And the drive. What do you mean? Like,
Look, how are you doing? So, yeah, I am hoping for an end so that turn up time can start.
well, I'm not rooting for that, but I'm glad your weekend went well otherwise.
Anyway, listeners, welcome to episode 34.
Yeah.
We are the Chatty Pattys. I am your host, Dice, and I got the second part with me, my bae Shay. Since we don't introduce ourselves enough,
We definitely don't.
they be like, all I know is the two bitches called the Chatty Pattys, and they are funny. But
sometimes I don't know. Fuck it, y'all know what it is. We in this bitch.
Look, we 34 episodes, and y'all should definitely know our voices by now. And if you're a new listener and you jumping all the way to episode 34 as your first episode, look,
you'll catch on.
You will catch on. This week we are going to be talking about R&B, rhythm, and bullshit. And
can I just say that I did not follow the instructions at all?
But let me tell you something. This stressed me out, and I have questions. So look, okay. So me and Shay said that we're going to list our top 5 R&B albums.
We're not.
But I'm going to punch you in your face because it stressed me out. But the caveat was that it had to be from the year 1999 until now.
So the last 20 years, because just saying the top 5 ever, I think that would have been even harder.
But let me tell you something. It stressed me out because first of all, the 90s had the best music in life. So like, it's so many that I could name, but like, there was so many R&B albums that was dropped in 1998 that I was so mad that I couldn't include in this. That was my fucking faves. I was like, God damn it. All right, let me look. I
was going to say that. It was a lot that I was like, that was in 99. And I looked, it was 98. Like, oh, you fucking bitch.
And then I also have some questions because there were some albums that I wasn't sure if the artist was R&B. Like, are they considered pop?
I have those same questions.
So I have like a couple with little stars to be like, they would be in my top 5, but I think they're pop. Like artists like, I'm not going to name the albums yet because I'm sure we're going to go through them, but like artists like Chris Brown, Beyonce, Rihanna, even Mariah Carey, some of her stuff. So I wasn't sure like if they were considered R&B or if they were pop, or maybe they started R&B and crossed over to pop. I don't know, because I feel suckly because they are some of my faves, but I just wanted to follow the rules. But what rules are you breaking? Because you obviously saying we ain't following the damn rules.
So I broke all of the rules.
Oh,
I don't have a top 5 at all, because hear me out.
Okay.
This was my plan. My plan was I was going to go on my playlist and go on Google and see like what were the albums that came out that year, because 20 years is a long time.
Hell yeah.
So I at first I was just writing down the albums that I fuck with. Then I just started writing down like, oh, well, I can't not include that because, you know, a lot of people would probably like that, even though it wasn't my cup of tea.
You gotta choose what's for you, not what everybody else is supposed to say.
So the furthest I've gotten is just writing down the albums that I liked for each year. I literally have albums from 1999 to 2019.
Nah, bruh. Let me tell you something, listeners. Shay is a fucking habitual rule breaker. I'm sitting up here stressed the fuck out trying to narrow this goddamn list to 5, and this motherfucker got albums for every year, ma'am.
So I figured what I would do is I would list my albums for that year, and then I would just have to choose one out of all the ones that I like the most.
So then that's like 20 albums is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's going to be quick, because I just want to argue a little bit, because I feel like it's going to be a little bit argument.
So how are we going to do this? Are you going to list all yours and then I list all mine? Since obviously my list is going to be shorter, since you have 27,942 to let us know of. How are we going to do this? How would you like to let the listeners know, since you're not going by your own? Look, listeners,
I
and
know it
look,
was.
and Shay is the one who set the rules, y'all. So this ain't even my rules that I was like, all right, these are the parameters. This was her idea. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Listen, this actually was a lot. Like, as I started going through my list, I was like, "Ooh, but I forgot. Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah. That's
like,
how I was. And that's what I'm saying. It was so stressful because like I got like I got like my top 5, but then I got like some honorable mentions, and it's about 7 of them. And then I got the question mark, are they pops? And then I got some, all right, y'all niggas just missed it. And that's like 1998 ones. But I had the 5 that you asked for. So since we doing more
that's
than 5, I'm listing
crazy."
all of my shit. So yeah.
Okay, what's your top 5?
No, because we got a debate. Like, cause I'm not just about to list them shits, because like, ain't we supposed to talk about like why we like them and all that shit like that?
Yeah, but you narrowed yours down to 5. I got like,
I mean, but I got honorable mentions. And I like, are we including these pop bitches? Like, my question was answered: is Beyonce considered pop? Is Chris Brown pop? Is Mariah Carey pop? Is Rihanna pop? Because I need to know, like, because my list might change real quick. I might swap something out.
okay. So I had the same question with Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I have certain albums of Rihanna's on my list and not others.
Well, I'm gonna list a top 5 pop list.
Okay. Okay, that works.
All right.
And then Beyonce, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like her earlier albums were definitely more pop
Mm-hmm.
versus the ones that are like post Matthew.
Right. Post Matthew. All right.
So
Okay, so we'll start with that, and then like we'll go into the pop list, and then like maybe the oldies that we fucked with that didn't make it 20 within the last 20 years. Damn, that makes me feel old that some of these albums was 20 years ago. God damn.
okay.
So you want me to start, or you gonna start with your list? What we gonna do?
I mean, all right.
What you want to do?
I'm going, but mine is by year.
I'm gonna just get mine over with, because yours is gonna take up the whole podcast time. All right, so I'm gonna name my first one because I know it's gonna be controversial, and I love controversy. And listeners, first of all, don't comment on our fucking page or email us
You
or
know they
DM us
will.
and be like, "Is this in order? This is from one. This is in no particular order. These are just the top 5 that we like." Okay, so get off our dicks, chill out. I'm sure some of the shit you gonna like, some of you don't. We don't care. This is Shay and Dice. Okay, okay, all right. First one, because I'm controversial. Trey Songz Ready. It came out in 2009. And Shay hates Trey Songz. That's why I say it's controversial. She literally hates the guy. But let me tell you something. The Ready album has a very special place in my heart. Back when I was being Tatiana, and I was starting and bopping, and I met my current husband, that was our album. Like, literally, it had all the songs.
Y'all was doing the nasty to the light skinned nigga. We can read between the lines.
So all of that. Neighbors know my name. I invented sex. I need a girl, one love. Like, oh my goodness. Jupiter Love.
I can't.
Black Roses, Love
Oh.
Lost. Holla if you hear me. Your side of the bed.
Mm.
To me, that's definitely on my list. And like I said, this is not in any particular order. I'm not saying that's my number 1 of all time, but he's on the list. That's number 1, and which I know is not on your list. So that's why I made him first. This is so difficult. All right. So another one that is on my top 5 list is Cisco Unleashed the Dragon from 1999. And I was so excited that this shit made it, because I thought that maybe it would have been 98. Yep. I thought it was 98, but then I was like, yes, it made the cut. Yes, it was very, very lit. Unleashed the Dragon had all the bomb shit on that. So that album was lit as fuck. Cisco's his debut album. That joint was everything. Also, I think we talked this about on another episode, but Destiny's Child, Destiny Fulfilled, that was 2004. Mm-hmm. That is on my top 5 as well. That album was so bomb. Like, I like a lot of Destiny's Child's other albums, but this one, and it had like a lot of emotional. Oh, I didn't talk about the why, I guess. Cisco. 99, when that came out, I was in college. And I just remember the thong song was really popping. And like I was in a modeling troupe, and we had like a routine off the thong song, and I helped choreograph some of it because I was a choreographer. Little tidbit, a dice tidbit. In college, I was one of the choreographers for our modeling troupe in school. Boop. So I had helped choreograph one a part of this I guess scene where we was using a thong song, and it was super lit. But my boyfriend at the time didn't fuck with it because he was just like, I don't want you performing that joint, and it's the thong song. So when we was on campus and performed it, I didn't do it because I'm trying to be a respectful girlfriend. But we went to North Carolina Central because we were invited to go to one of their shows, and guess who performed it? But one of my snitch ass friends, which was one of his friends, was in the audience and told on me. So, boop, boop, boop. But anyway, memories, and I just really, really like that album. So Destiny Fulfilled, I picked that one because, like I said, I was a big Destiny's Child fan, and that being their last collective album. It was really good, and I had actually went to Essence Festival when they were on tour, and so I saw that concert when they performed, their last little hoorah before Beyonce became that bitch. So, let's see. So I said Trey Songz, Destiny Child, Cisco. Usher Confessions, that was 2004. I feel like that's a no-brainer because Confessions is everything, and it should be on everyone's list. Like literally, it had all the damn songs on it. He definitely was too young to be singing all them shits, but now we know it was about JD. Wasn't Usher back then still like in his early 20s?
I mean,
he did not go through all that shit that he was talking about in that damn album.
I mean, he was fucking somebody that was older, so she might have matured him.
Yeah, she could have. And he been, yeah, he was.
He liked his older women, so
he definitely liked some older. But that album I feel like should be on everybody's top R&B album list. Like it should be on top album list period, because Confessions is really a classic fucking album. Like it had all the bomb songs on it. And for my wrap up, which was this was difficult, this slot to fill, because I wasn't sure, but we're going to have like my little top 5, so I feel good going with it. John Legend's Get Lifted from 2004.
I really like that album.
I fucking love that album. When that album came out, I remember literally playing it from start to finish. I don't think there's, maybe it might be doing one, but I don't think there's too many songs that I even skip on it. Like I can play it all the way through. And I just remember back then listening to it in my car. I remember getting fucked up drinking and listening to it. Like everything, like bomb ass album. And at the time there was nobody out who had a voice like that. Like his voice was different. And I don't know, it just connected with me, and I can still listen to that album today and like all the way through, and it'll still be bomb. So that was my play by the rules top 5 R&B albums, and this is Dice. So if you got beef, it's me. So we'll move on to your 27 point list. Who you got, boo?
What I realized about my music is that I like a lot of neo soul shit, because
doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I was listening to your list. I'm like, oh, those are so cute. But then I'm like, so like in 1999, right? Writings on the Wall came out. Fan Mail by TLC came out. 100% Genuine came out. And Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be, which I really like that album, right?
Is TLC considered R&B? Wouldn't they be kind of pop?
Would they?
I don't know. I didn't know. I could be wrong, but I never looked at TLC as like an R&B group. And maybe that's just how I was looking at them. Like when I think of R&B groups, I think like In Vogue, SWV. Like I never really thought, I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't matter, because none of those were the albums that I chose for that year. I'm just saying those were albums that I really, really liked. But then Michelle Cello, I don't know how to say her last name. I never have.
India Cello.
Boom, bam. So before, because Love and Basketball came out in 2000. So I had known about her since about 94 when her first album came out. But she came out with this really emo ass album called Bitter, and I don't even know if she would be considered R&B, but definitely, because like now
like
she
neo
does
soul, right?
she like right now her music is like really weird. I wouldn't even call it neo soul, some other shit.
Oh wow.
But Bitter
Mm-hmm.
it's like the soundtrack to every breakup that I've ever had in my life. Like that song "Fool of Me" that everybody knows is
Uh-huh.
from that album, and
Mm-hmm.
that album is all just like that song
Oh
basically.
wow.
And like I just remember being young, and I don't know why I was so emotional, but that is what it was for me.
And you said this was in '99. You was like 10. No, I'm joking.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was no reason for me to even be that emotional. Like what's happening?
Somebody
Like
took your
who broke
damn
my
fruit
heart?
cup.
Right. So the next year, I want y'all to know that music used to be so fucking good. And somewhere
And that's why
along the
I
line,
had
like
niggas
Bryson
fell
Tiller was
off.
on my list. Like what happened?
Dog. Like my little honorable, I'm sure a couple of my honorable mentions you gonna name. I have a feeling we're gonna be connected at least on a couple of these albums. Shit.
Maybe.
Maybe.
In 2000, D'Angelo's Voodoo came out. Y'all may know that album from Untitled when he was butt ass naked on the
How does
thing.
it feel, baby?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
Jill
dun.
Scott's first album came out that year.
Yes, that's on my list. Who is Jill Scott?
Yes.
Yay, that's on my list.
Music's first album
Oh,
came
I
out
just
that
want to sing.
year. Yes.
That was a bomb ass album
Yes, it
too.
was.
Mm.
However, I love Erica Badu, even though she is
I heard her
a
on my
hot ass
list
mess.
too. Mama's
But
gone.
Mama's Gun,
Bitch, yes.
that shit, I'm sorry, for me,
That joint fire as fuck.
yes. You didn't mention A. Marie, which, you know,
That's my bitch. But
okay.
like I really, really like her. But I didn't mention her on my top 5.
Yeah, and she wouldn't be in my top for the year that she came out either. I'm just going to mention her because
That
getting
album.
back to All I Have, the first one came out in 2002.
And I felt all of that album. I felt all of her albums actually.
Yeah, me too. But that year, Floetry came out, and
Mm.
I love Floetic. Like that's also one of those things. Like it spoke to my little heartbroken little teenage mind or whatever. I don't know what I was going through,
But
honestly.
another thing with music is it's so I don't want to say situational. I'm trying to find a word. Like events, I guess like for me, music when I can listen to something, it ties me back to an event or maybe like something I was going through at the
Right.
time or like maybe like it was an event or something going on. Like it takes you back. So like it's really yeah.
Because I thought about breaking this up to like, okay, if I'm on my emo shit, let me do my top 5, and then if I'm just on my regular shit, let me do my top 5. Because
Right.
I really was struggling. Like 2004, for example, like I was like, I can't pick an album of that year because Confessions came out that year. Destiny Fulfilled came out that year. I like Brandy's album Aphrodisiac, and I
Ooh, I
like,
didn't like that.
oh, I loved it.
I was so sad that Never Say Never was in '98. I had wrote it down and then started looking up. Yes, I was like, God damn it, I gotta take it off.
And then there's a lady named Tidra Moses. Her album Complex Simplicity goes the fuck in. Then that was all 2004. So I was like, well, nope,
There
I'm
was a
not
lot of
choosing
good
for that
albums
year.
in 2004.
Ma'am.
It's like a
So many. Then 2005, that's when I was like, I don't know, because like Emancipation of Mimi, but isn't Mariah like more
I put
pop?
her on my pop list.
Yeah. Also, you know, people be making jokes, but like Keisha Cole came out that year too, and that first album
was
lit. So that's why I was like, well, I don't know what to do. And then another Flow Tree album came out that year. I need to move on. I'm gonna skip some years because we'll be all day. Let's talk about 2016 because, bitch, I had to try to figure something out from this year. Let me tell you what came out that year. I'll start off with the people that I don't know if you heard of.
Okay.
There's somebody named Xavier Omar. His name used to be like something Sprocket, but he has an album called Everlasting Wave, and it's real neo soul-ish, but the whole thing bops from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. Then there's also these two other groups. One is called Lion Babe, and another one is King. That's when I was first introduced to them through Insecure. Mm-hmm. They had good albums that year. Mm-hmm. So, hey, y'all, but we're going to move on.
Right.
In 2016, Lemonade came out. Mm-hmm. A Seat at the Table came out. Anti by Rihanna came out. Mm-hmm. And then for me, I like Frank Ocean. One of his albums came out. Anderson .Paak came out. BJ, the Chicago Kid, came out. James Blake, who I've been liking since like 2013, he came out. And then the Janae and Big Sean group,
Oh,
2088, came
2088.
out.
Look, the crazy thing is I put them down, but I took it off because I was like, they're not really R&B. But that album is everything. Or EP, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is everything.
So 2016, I was like, I'm not, although if I had to, obviously, like if you know me, I'm gonna pick Lemonade.
Right.
But like, I'm not canceling the other ones out by picking it. So
Right.
I was just like,
I'm about to throw all of them in that joint.
oh, you know, I don't know what to do. I realized though, I listened to a bunch of like a lot of shit that I don't think like people listen to. Like, remember the girl from Danity Kane, Dawn?
Oh yeah, Dawn, she got some nice shit.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's R&B or not. I don't really think that it
I don't
is.
know what her sound is considered,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't
She's
know what it is.
eclectic.
But I had her written down, but then I scratched her out because I was like, well, bitch, that's not really it.
I forgot about Danity Kane too. They probably popped too.
I think that Danny, it's
I forgot all about them bitches because them albums was everything. The Dollhouse. Woo.
so it's funny that you brought up that light skinned nigga for the year 2009 because that year Carrie Hilson came out, and I'm not even saying this to be petty. She really is on my list, but I really like In a Perfect World. Like, I listen to that album
I just
all
like
the
this
time.
song that she got with Kanye because that joint was lit.
So, I mean, am I going to have to make like a top 5 right here now?
No, because obviously, no. I mean, how?
I
If
could
you
try.
haven't done it yet, you're not going to do it now.
Okay, I'm gonna try, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go with Erica Badu's 2010
Mhm.
album, not Mama's Gun, but New America Part 2.
Mhm.
That one was really hard because I really love Mama's Gun,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna go with that one because I don't want to change my mind.
Okay.
So that's one. Two, I'm gonna go with Lemonade because,
Life.
yeah, I mean, soundtrack of my life.
Right.
Okay, so that's number 2. All right, y'all. Let me look at my notes. I'm really stressed. Okay, I'm gonna go with Floetic
Mhm.
by Floetry. That was 2002. So now that's 3. Oh my god, I only
You
have
got
2 more.
two more slots.
Oh, Confessions. I mean,
Yeah.
duh.
Okay, so one more. This is where it gets difficult.
But wait, because
There's
like,
no but wait.
hold on. I had a question. Does Take Care by Drake count? Because a lot of that was singing.
That motherfucker is not R&B. Good night, ma'am. Did you just really ask was Drake R&B?
I had wrote him down.
Mm-mm.
So,
No, ma'am.
okay. Let me look. I'm skimming through. Because like,
One more, baby.
okay, like All I Want Is You by Miguel, his first album. I had so much great sex to that album. Like, it was like the best sex of my life.
So top 5.
I don't know if I would say it was top 5, but I mean, honorable mention. Okay, for number 5, Jesus. Okay, let's go to your pop list, and I'm gonna think of my last one.
So I'm gonna talk. Before I go to my pop list, I'm gonna do my honorable mentions.
Okay.
So I had already said I had agreed with Mama's Gun and Who Is Jill Scott. They were on my honorable mentions. Then I also had Aaliyah's album, self-titled 2001.
Yes, God.
That I had a lot.
I'm torn between that
Oh,
and something else right now.
So also 2007 Neo Because of You definitely was my shit.
I don't like his voice.
Oh, I really, really like that album. It was really good. I like it better than his first album. I forgot what his first album was called, but yeah. Then Monica, The Makings of Me, 2006. That was definitely my shit. And then another controversial one. I don't care. Suck My Dick. Chocolate Factory by R. Kelly, 2003. Nigga, this shit's naive. So those are my honorable mentions. But so my pop 5 that I have. All right, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Whew. All right, so in no particular order. Rihanna, Rated R, 2009. It's my pop.
Mm-hmm.
I put her on the pop list. Mariah Carey, Emancipation of Mimi in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown, Fame, 2010. Definitely my favorite all time Chris Brown album. Um, then Beyonce, Self-Titled, 2013. And then it's a tie for this last slot. I put Beyonce 4 from 2011 and Chris Brown's X. I forgot what year that came out, but or 10. It was
I have
X.
that written down. Some 2014.
2014, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my top 6 pop. But if you want to call them pop, but they black pop. That's what I'm gonna call them. Because I wasn't sure if those albums are, especially because of those Chris Brown albums. Like he has like more poppy stuff on it as well, and he was well into his I'm singing yo. He wasn't there anymore by these years, so I wasn't sure. As well as Beyonce and Rihanna as well. So that's why I kind of had to scoot them on over to the pop list. What you got on your Poppington?
So for my pop list, I have Emancipation of Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
That album was really, really good.
It's so
Like
bomb, like
it
for
was
real, for real.
really a good album. Um da, 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 da. I have Rihanna's so I was kind of torn between Rihanna's Loud album
Mm-hmm.
or
Loud was
Rihanna's,
bomb.
yeah, Unapologetic. But then when I thought about it, I was like, there are some songs that I really like Unapologetic, but as a whole, I like Rihanna's Loud album. Like, I could listen to that album today. It goes off.
Yeah,
I have Danity Kane, the second album. Like, what was it? Welcome to the Dollhouse.
yeah.
I have that album on my pop list because I remember I was in a car. I used to have a Lexus, and it was so pretty. But anywho, I was like, I had my sunroof down, windows, whatever. I was playing some song, and the guy next beside me was like, "You really like that song, huh?" And I was like,
Man, you
"I
fucking
do."
business.
So yeah, um, there's that. So Adele's first album was called 19 that nobody really talks about, but 19 got me through some shit. So I guess it's Adele pop,
Yeah, definitely.
but I don't think she was on that first album. That's why I was like,
Was she R&B or what the fuck was she then?
she definitely wasn't pop like how she is now.
I didn't really
Like,
listen to her like that.
right. So I'm just gonna put her on there because I don't know where the fuck else I'm gonna put the bitch.
Right.
So she will just be number 4 for that. And damn, am I stuck again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for number 5, I'm doing Future Sex Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake.
Ooh, bitch. How could I forget about Justin?
Yeah.
Yes.
So at least my pop list is together. We got that one.
Right.
Um, this is going to pain me because I do love Aaliyah so much, so very
Mm-hmm.
much. However, albums as a whole, I prefer One in a Million over Aaliyah. Although, again, Aaliyah has some bangers on there, but One in a Million came out in '96, so can't choose
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't choose that. Can't choose that. So I'm still struggling on what I'm gonna pick for my number 5
For your
album.
top 5 for your R&B.
This is just hurting so much.
So for me, to buy you some time to think, some honorable mentions of some oldies that I wanted to put on the list, but it pained me that it was 98 and missed it by a year. Tamia's self album in 98, my G. I remember my fucking freshman year of college, I played that fucking album out. That was my shit. I really love me some Tamia. Then Drew Hill, Into the Drew, because
Yes, God.
that was my fucking album, and that definitely came out in 98. And then I said it earlier, Brandy, Never Say Never came out in 98. Dog, the late
Yes.
90s, early 2000s had all the lit R&B. Like, just, I'm gonna just say music, period. Like 90s into early 2000s. Now I just be like, what is going on? I bought you time.
I know, and I feel like I'm cheating on other songs if
Just name all of them. It ain't like you've been sticking with the damn list any goddamn way. So do 6 if you can't do 5.
No. I can I can I can do it.
I can
Oh,
do it.
honorable mention, Ashanti's first album. I don't know, but if that's R&B or pop, I feel like it's more.
I like the songs, but her damn voice be annoying. But I definitely listened to her first album, Heavy.
That first album, it went
It was
off,
lit. I agree.
Also, everybody won't agree, but I really like Carl Thomas's first album, Emotional.
I bet you do.
And I knew you were going to say that. I almost didn't mention it because I knew that you were going to go there. All right. I'm going to just pick something because I feel like I'm just dragging my feet at this point. But
what you got?
This hurts, though.
It's okay.
Can I just say why I like... Okay, let me go back to something. Well, I'm buying myself some more
you
time.
are coughing, please, out here.
I am. So on Erykah Badu's New America Part 2 and on Mama's Gun, the very last song of both, they're like 10-minute fucking songs. And I feel like both of them speak to me. Like the one on Mama's Gun is called Green Eyes. And the one on New America is called Out My Mind Just in Time. And I just feel like it starts off and she says, I'm a recovering undercover over lover. And I was just like, bitch. Like, I think you're talking to me.
You said
like,
me too.
Who knew?
I never knew.
Okay. I'm just going to pick something because who has time for this? But no.
Come on, Shay, goddammit.
I know. Can I just have 4?
So you just like, fuck it, so you don't have to pick? Because you already named 4. So you just gonna rock with them? I mean, I'm just saying. I tried to give you the out and give you 6.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go with complex simplicity by
I thought you was about to say Kanye. I was like, bitch, what? The Sunday service? What are you talking about?
I'm going with Tidra Moses because I actually still listen to that album. Like some of these albums I was listening to today, and like I like them for nostalgia's sake, but like all of them songs on them albums don't hold up that well. Like I was listening to Fan Mail last week, and I like a good like 4 or 5 of those songs. But
yeah, Fan Mail wasn't my favorite.
It's not my favorite, but I remember being so excited about that album, and like I did used to listen to it all the time. But now when I went back, I was like, oh, we can skip this. Oh no, that's actually okay.
Right.
So, and the same with like, and this hurts to say, but the Aaliyah album, like love Aaliyah, but I'm not in love with every song on that album anymore. Although in 2001 I was.
Right. No, I get it.
So I'm going with complex simplicity, and I'm about to make me a little playlist with I'm gonna break I think what I'm gonna do with this list, I'm gonna break them up by like neo soul top 5, then like regular R&B top 5, then my pop top 5, and then I guess these other ones like the weirdos like James Blake and Dawn. Weirdos. No, for real. Like, oh, excuse me.
The ones that you can't really put in a box on like who they are or what they are.
So I'm gonna name some albums real quick from one year, and I want you to just pick one.
Okay.
I don't even know if you listen to all of them, but
I probably don't. You know me and my music taste.
So in 2017, SZA came out with Control. Janae Aiko came out with Her. Daniel Caesar came out with Freudian, even though he's canceled for me, at least right now. Chris Brown came out with that long motherfucking 65, 85.
On a full moon.
Yes.
It was lit.
I think that's the year that Bryson Tiller came out with his song. No, he came out with that second album. Nobody cares about that. And Her came out with her first album. So who you rolling with from 2017?
So I'm stuck between 2, but I think I'm going to rock with SZA.
Because if you was going to say Chris Brown, I was definitely going to ask if you listened to all them motherfucking songs for real.
No, I have though.
But do you know the difference between all of them? Because I was listening. No, for real.
Not the difference.
No, don't play. There's a point in that album where like 5 or 6 of them songs just sound like one song. Yes. And you'd be like, oh, this
Oh, it
is a
changed
long ass
songs?
song. But whole time it'd be like track 12. And you're like, oh
Like,
shit, I
oh
thought
shit,
we
we done
still
went
on
through 4
5.
songs.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, because I really like the Control album, like, a lot.
I was looking at the like what albums came out last year? What R&B CDs came out? Well, not CDs, but what came out last year?
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up, honey.
Well, I have some things.
Oh, okay. I'm like, hold on, give me a second
But I
now.
don't think that everybody I don't think like when I say, do you know who Aaron Ray is?
Child, look.
See? You see what I'm saying? So Aaron Ray, he had an album Platinum Fire. I like. Tiana Taylor came out with that 20-minute fucking album,
Which I like, but it was super short. It
I
was
was
a
gonna
teaser.
say I would have
But
liked
blame
it if it was
Kanye on
longer.
that.
Right. Then I don't know if his name is Black or Six Black or I don't know because
I've
his
seen his name written, but I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know how you say it, but he came out with East Atlanta Love Letter, which my husband likes, and he's killing my soul with it, or he was anyway. Then she dropped I Used to Know Her Parts 1 and 2 last year, and then I Love Summer Walker, and she came out with Last Day of Summer. But again, everybody doesn't know Summer Walker. Everybody doesn't know Aaron Ray. Most people feel the way that I feel about the Tiana Taylor album, like they like it, but it was really short.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that Black Slack, whatever the fuck his name is.
You said slack. Back slack.
You have to really be a fan of his, and then that just leaves her. And I'm like, well,
You ain't mentioned Jacquees. He came out with his
who?
album. 21 with no kiss. Say yeah.
No, I purposely left him off my list. Like
Cardi B. No, I'm joking. But R&B. I'm really trying to look. So
I don't think there was a lot of R&B that came out last year, and there was a lot of
I don't listen to a lot of these people that's on this list.
Coffee, he gonna be like, that's because y'all only listen to blah 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 blah. Well, that's if he listens to the episode. So
Mariah Carey Caution. Had no clue she came out with an album last year. Mariah Carey Caution. Interesting. Janelle Monáe, Dirty
yeah,
Computer.
she did. But I feel like
Oh, The
Janelle,
Internet. Hive Mind.
I didn't like that as much as I liked Ego Trip.
I don't know who Blood Orange is.
On the Joe Budden podcast, that's Rory fucking always has a sleeper from them.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever
Anything with
listened
a
to them.
color, he has a sleeper from. It's
Not with a
like
color.
no, for real, because it's like 2 or 3 groups, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Let's see. So Tiana. Then you already mentioned a little black dude, Jacquees.
Girl, why do you keep saying Jacquees?
Because I'm rolling through this list and they got him on here.
Mm-mm.
Her. I used to know her. Sir November. I don't know who that is.
Oh, I forgot, sir. Honorable mention for me. He's with my first husband's record label, TDE.
How can I do with you?
I love them all. I'm groupies for them all.
Did you say somebody named Mac Ayers? Did you say that already?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me neither. And did I say Janelle Monáe? I already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all that.
Is Janelle Monáe R&B?
She sing. I don't know. She wouldn't be pop either, though. I don't know what she would be.
I would put her in my weirdo.
Yeah, because her I don't know what genre she would fall under.
There's this album that came out in 2015 called Urban Flora, and it was the lady who sung most of the songs' name is Alina Baraz or something like that. I don't know what that is. It's not pop, but I don't know if it's R&B. I just know that JT and I had a lot of sex to that album, and so.
What would Ella May be considered? Because she came out with her album in 2018.
You know, Ella May's getting on my fucking nerves.
Ooh, you're not here for her.
Like, I get it. Jacquees keeps singing your song, but like, girl, just make new songs. Like,
yeah, she definitely wasn't mad, but he been singing everybody's shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so why are you the only one that's like so pressed, girl? It's just because people tend to like his little covers more. I don't know. I guess she would be R&B. Wouldn't she?
Yeah, I guess so. She sounds kind
that tripping song.
Yeah.
And what was the other song?
R&B with an accent.
They could be R&B.
I'm joking. Obviously, Floetry. No, they have accents. Yeah, that was Shay.
I know.
Because I like Marsha Ambrosius. She's lit as fuck.
Yeah, actually, if I had to choose between Beyonce's 4, and Late Nights and Early Mornings, because they both came out in 2011. I was rolling with Marsha.
So Marsha can sing her fucking ass off, bro.
You know, sometimes though it gets annoying.
What, she be doing too many runs
Yeah,
for you?
yeah. Sometimes I'm just like, bitch, we know you can sing. Can we just get the words out?
Can you
Like,
stop stunting,
this
please?
song is 3 minutes long, and we've been here for 13. Like, come on, we're not at church.
He's
All
taking
right.
their ass to church.
You know, I would love to know what people are listening to, because
Now.
I'm sure. No, not now. Because
Oh.
I mean, like, I would love to know what people's, like, I got some feedback from some people, and they were saying Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, because they didn't consider that like a rap album. Some people, they put Jasmine Sullivan on there. Everybody put Confessions on there.
Yeah. I really like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album as well, but I didn't know if that was considered R&B.
I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, who knows? Because she would be rapping. She be like kind of like Drake, like they're on the island, just singing and rapping. Who knows?
Just like all these rappers today.
It's like Chris Brown.
Hello. I
He got a
mean,
whole ass rapping mixtape. You know that joint was kind of lit, but
which album of his did you put on your list? You said Fame.
Fame is my favorite Chris Brown album, but I also put X. That's like my second favorite.
What's on Fame?
Let's
Is that the
see.
one with Look at Me Now on it?
Let me
And
see.
Beautiful People?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be the one that I like the most. But I'm not the biggest like Chris Brown album fan. I like singles, but I'm not ever like, oh, I gotta hear this Breezy album.
It's crazy. My husband
Mm-hmm.
has never listened to a Chris Brown album. Like literally, like sat there and listen. Like he'll listen to like, oh, okay, like if this Chris Brown song is on a playlist, then oh, okay, or like if it's a single, they'd be like, oh, okay. So like I was petty, and we was going on a road trip one time, and I literally was like, all right, well, you got to fucking listen to this fucking Chris Brown album, because I don't understand how you're from Virginia, and you
I'm
haven't
a
listened.
country boy from Dublin.
How the fuck you not rocking with your boy? Like, what you mean? Like, you gotta give him some burn. Like, you gotta fucking listen to this
Oh
joint.
boy, they used to live right down the street.
Down the street, bro. They probably used to play basketball together. Like, I really need you not to be fronting on Chris like that. But yeah, like Fame was like my shit, bro. Like, and that
You
was
know,
but my shit.
now that I'm thinking about it, I think that Chris Brown is hella pop, because I think that's why I don't really like most of his albums, because they're too popish.
And that's what he said. My husband was saying, like, you know, like some of his like older songs, I'm like, oh, okay, like because he was singing, like, you know, like more R&B, I would say. And he was like, but sometimes, like, you know, he'll put the little techno beats, or he'll be trying to sing different, you know, basically pop, not the traditional what you would call R&B. So I guess he don't really want to test the waters. I'm like, dog, it's lit. Just try it. I understand people's reservation about Heartbreaks on the Full Moon, but because there's a million songs on it. But
I think that's like, sometimes when I'm over y'all house, y'all have a playlist on, and it'll play songs from that album. I'll be like, oh, I really like that song. I wish I could go to the album and find it, but I can't.
it's 400.
So, like,
I just feel like that was a good marketing strategy with putting all them damn songs on it. You get more spins, so more money. So
I felt the opposite way, because it was like, oh no, who has the time and devotion for this? And then the nigga re-released it with like 20 more songs. I was like, ooh, the Christmas special that I'll never unwrap.
the Christmas
Never.
special.
No.
That is funny. Let's see. I guess keeping it with music, do we want to talk about Beachella?
I watched it 5 times in like 3 days, and one of my friends was like, I need you to get a life, because that whole movie is 2.5 hours long. And I was like, I don't care. I'm trying to learn the choreography, because the copy that I had, it was real grainy, and now I can see everything real vividly, and I'm in this bitch.
So literally I watched it twice in one day, but that's
Okay.
because I
See?
watched it the first time by myself, and then
You had to watch it with the kids.
my daughter came home, and then like I don't know, some kind of way we was talking about it, and I was like, oh, Beyonce definitely came out with a new movie, and she was like, what? I was like, it's like a concert. She was like, was that the concert that you went to? I was like, no, it's a different one, but I got you. Let me cue it up for you. Like, it's nothing. I will go ahead and play it. But so when it originally aired, because I had Tidal, but I didn't watch the whole thing on my phone. First of all, it was like at the ass crack of night when it aired
I
live last
heard.
year. So I
Oh,
think,
last year, yeah,
yeah, when it was like live, like
Mm-hmm.
at Coachella or Beachella. Let me be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of it, and then I would watch because I don't think they had the whole thing saved on Tidal. I think you had to watch it live, and then the second day it was just for the people there at Coachella. They didn't stream that one, but I saw a lot of clips and stuff like that. So this was my with her. Oh, and we're talking about if you are under a rock, Beyonce released Homecoming, which basically was the behind the scenes and all the footage from her Coachella performance last year in 2018, where she was the first female to headline Coachella. Oh,
Black.
first black female, sorry, to headline Coachella. And she said, "Ain't that a bitch?" But yeah, and it's not only was just the performance, because people like, I mean, a concert. It also was like the behind the scenes of it. Even though I've watched a whole bunch of Beyonce documentaries, so I literally know that the bitch is anal and does everything her fucking self, pretty much. Like, and when I say everything herself, I mean like the planning of everything. She obviously has a team and stuff like that. But bitch, you had just had twins, my G. Like this bitch literally created a whole fucking performance and concert from scratch with her team while just had a baby. You're trying to lose weight, you're nursing, and Blue was trying to learn choreography as well. You were just coming fresh off your lemonade shit. Like I'm sure it was a lot going on.
I
And
just want to say, I didn't realize I was a big a member as I am in the Beehive.
yes, well, welcome over to the Beehive, Bay. Hey, the VIP
Somebody
section.
tried to really come for Beyonce, and I just was like, so why you don't like her? And I just wanted to hear, and I feel like this is how I sounded. Like, my reason for not liking her was because she kicked them bitches out like 45 years ago. And I mean, he he was saying like she needs to humble herself, and I was like, for what? Like,
She's a bad bitch. Like
Destiny's Child came out in 97, the first album. So like she's not like her that just came out a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying? And where
you
you
gotta
never
put in
know
some
what got
dues, ain't win no
right.
awards, ain't what the
I'm just
first do some stuff.
I was like, why should she be humble? And I actually think that she is humble in a way. Like, I think that she's cocky in a like,
On the
I'm that bitch.
stage, right? I feel like
Yeah,
on
but
stage persona, she's definitely cocky, but in real life, she's like gives back. Like she seems really humble
she
to me.
stays to herself. She minds her fucking business. Like, you never hear from her unless she wants to be heard from. So
Right?
I
Exactly.
didn't understand that part. But I was just like, well, y'all don't ask no dudes to be humble. These niggas will come out with a half-ass single and be talking about they the king or something.
You
I
like
don't understand.
like
She didn't.
no.
She didn't even start referring to herself as the queen. I remember when she did Love in This Club remix with Usher, and that was 2008 or 9 or something like that. So at this point, she had already been around for like 10 years before
Right.
she even
And
started
not
that
even just
shit.
been around, been like doing shit. Like, because it's a
Consistent.
difference, right? It's a difference from, all right, these niggas that's just like hovering and kind of in the music thing, but like literally like putting out good shit. Like, yeah.
Well, I made him watch a little bit at work because I was like, I don't have time for this. And so then all of a sudden he was like, I mean, she, da da da, blah, blah, blah. And then he started talking about, well, of course, she's as big as she is. She doesn't have any competition. So I
It
was
gotta
like,
be an excuse. They have
but
to find something.
going back to the year that she came out in 2003. Just the previous year, Ashanti had come out, and Marie was out at the time. Keisha Cole ended up coming out. Carrie Hilson came out, and I'm not saying that they are any competition today.
But there
I'm
were
just
other
saying
female singers
there
that
were
were out the
other
same
female
year.
singers then, and I don't know what happened to them. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
didn't have
that's
the
on them.
work ethic.
All I know is she said she practiced 4 months with the band, 4 months with the dancers, and that doesn't even include how long it took her to plan the vision for this
Right.
performance. And this was for a performance, not a tour.
Right.
This
This was
was
just
two
one night. Oh,
nights.
two shows. Two shows.
You know, I don't want to sound like I'm sucking her dick, and I'm sure that I do. I just was like, listen, you don't have to like nobody. You don't. But
You got to respect the hard work.
tell me a bitch that's on stage for 2 hours singing and dancing and sounding like they sound on the album. Tell me who's spending that much time to get their fucking performance together. Tell me who's been this consistent. Who the hell is about to eat air and apples just so they can fit in costumes? Like,
Dog,
tell
and
me.
just dropped twins and was still nursing.
Tell me.
Who? And most of them will probably just be the artists, but that had this much hands on, where she was saying she had 3 different sound stages, like literally like one for the band, one for the dancers, and one for her crew, like, and was like going from each sound stage to make sure niggas was on the up and up. Like, one of the scenes where they were behind the scenes, where like she was having a meeting with her team, and she pretty much was like, why the fuck do I keep giving y'all notes if I'm not seeing what the fuck I'm correcting? And
She
I'm
didn't say it
telling
like
y'all,
that.
she didn't say it like that, but this is the dice version of what she was saying. She didn't cuss, but she basically was telling them niggas off, like, I mean, I'm giving y'all notes and I'm not saying to implement it, so I'm not gonna give y'all no more fucking notes until I, at a minimum, see what the fuck I gave y'all. And like pretty much like told them off, and Jay-Z was like, yeah. So go
Y'all
ahead.
have a good night.
This is what I deal with every day, so enjoy. Like,
what I liked about that scene, though, because we, you know, look at, well, some of us, we look at Jay as like being at the top of his craft. And I liked seeing her being like in her element, like, nah, I want this shit done the way that I want it done. Like,
he
this
was
ain't it.
kind of in the background,
And
like
he was just,
supporting her,
yes. And I feel like,
watching the kids and shit. I'm here for it.
I just feel like, you know, you need a partner that where y'all both motivate each other, y'all both feed off each other, and y'all both like inspire each other to be like boss ass niggas and boss ass bitches. And I just
Right.
like that. I'm like, this is the perfect dynamic.
Right.
It
Like,
really is.
let me run this shit, you support me, and then when it's your time, I got your back, my nigga.
Yeah. So I'm taking a break from it, but
honey, the lit thing is that she signed a deal with, honey, 2 more.
I know.
She signed a 3-movie deal with Netflix. Like, so she's definitely got 2 more to come, and I don't know what the time frame is, but I'll be waiting.
Yes,
She
yes.
finally figured out how to use Insta stories, and she's been
Yes, all day she's been going
with
in.
her goddamn before I let go challenge, and showing everybody videos that they've been posting during the challenge or whatever. But I was like, this bitch has been on Instagram for 47 years and just dropping
Right.
her first Insta story, and like not even just a Insta story, it was like 1,000. I'm like, oh, okay.
It was a lot.
And this
And
bitch.
then it was a lot this like at first when I looked, and then I went back on
And it was
Instagram
more.
and it was more. I was like, oh, all right, somebody on her team
This
is
bitch
doing a
got,
lot.
no, this bitch got her feet kicked up somewhere. Like, oh, let me drop these fucking videos. I forgot these was in my camera roll, bitch. What the
Shout
fuck?
out to Blue singing that little song when she hit the little run. I was like, oh.
Yes. She was like, I want to do it again. It made me feel good. She was like, well, all right, let's go then.
Yeah. Oh, I love seeing the twins so much too.
Oh my gosh. They have Beyonce's whole ass face. Like,
the girl really does.
Like, literally, I think she's gonna grow up and look just like Blue, because when
Yeah.
Blue was a baby, looked just like Beyonce's baby pictures. And like, what's her name? Rumi looks fucking just like Blue's old pictures and Beyonce's old baby pictures. But
Yeah.
it was one of, I don't know if it was the boy or the girl, but one of them was making a face, and I swear it was Jay-Z all the fucking way.
Sir
I
be
said, woo.
shading the fuck out of everybody. Every time I saw him on a documentary, except for like maybe once, he was looking at everybody like, y'all some fucking peasants.
Fucking peasants. Get me back to my goddamn bassinet. The fuck has time for these college motherfuckers jumping around.
Like the way Kid Fury and them talk about how Blue Ivy acts, I really feel like Sir is definitely gonna be
He's like the male version for sure. He's like, get the fuck out of
his face is always like, I cannot believe she has me around these fucking commoners.
Give me my fucking gold milk and put me to fucking bed, B. That's fucking time for this shit. Breathing the same air as these peasants. You got me fucked up. But they are super fucking cute though.
Yes.
For sure.
Keeping in line with documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching The Act. Have you started?
No, so I had a really busy day. Like I'm working on some projects.
I haven't finished the documentary, but since I've been watching the show, I'm sure we're in line
with the documentaries. Like, yeah, but I haven't, not the show. I haven't started the show yet. But yeah, I told you I did the documentary or watch the documentary.
Well, listeners, there is a documentary on HBO called Mommy Dead and Dearest.
Yeah, Mommy Dead and Dearest.
Yikes.
So
and
weird.
Then on Hulu, there is like a dramatized docuseries about this story called The Act. If you haven't watched it, go watch it because these motherfuckers are crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. It's wild. But yeah, we don't want to fuck up the story. And I need to go watch the show. But like, yeah, definitely watch the documentary. Some wild shit. We'll give you until next episode to catch up. Then we're spoiling it. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I made a note of the time, so I will take out the spoiler. So if you're listening, just know there was a spoiler, and I took it out just.
We saved you. Speaking of shows, well, we actually were talking about what kind of shows, docuseries. Game of Thrones, because I feel like we're going to talk about this shit every week, because y'all got me hooked. So now, like, I'm a Game of Thrones. I made that up, Game of Thrones. Anyway,
everybody gonna die.
Dog, this upcoming episode, I have to get myself together. I might take off of work the next Monday, that day, because look, everybody's gonna fucking die. Like, dog, like the way this episode ended, like them niggas coming over the hill, like, oh, there them niggas at. Let's get it popping.
So there's somebody had a theory, but I thought about it, but it would be a good theory. Somebody was saying when they were looking at the previews, the Night King is not at Winterfell. So someone was saying the Night King pulled a fast one and his ass is on his way to King's Landing. So while Cersei is chilling with her feet up, she about to fucking die. You know,
you think that they went the other way? But I feel like the dudes that came from the wall had got there and was like, yo, them niggas on the way. They're going to be here by nightfall. So you think them niggas bucked the U? I was like, now we going to go over here.
No. They were saying like half of the dead showed up to Winterfell, but the other half went to King's Landing. And
then that means John might got a chance if only half of them niggas can.
The only reason why I don't believe that theory, although it would be real spicy, is because that weird ass Bran was like, oh, put me by the tree. He'll come for me there. So that kind of cancels that theory out.
And then they had like a whole ass strategy, like, all right, well, we gonna be around, but not around.
And since the nigga can see everything, obviously, you know, he thinks that this plan will work. So I was like, yeah, that's nice in theory, because they didn't show Cersei at all this past episode.
That's what made me think like that when you said that, like it's gonna really be 2 episodes where like they don't say nothing about her like at all.
That shit would be lit though if she was just chilling thinking shit was sweet.
And then they
rolled up on her ass.
The dead dragon burnt her ass. She'd be like, another fucking dragon. God damn. But what's I about to say? I lost my train of thought. Damn it. I lost it.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Let's talk about Dany and Jon Snow.
She gonna try to kill that nigga, because now that he done told her ass that he basically is the rightful fucking heir, she looked at him like...
And he's gonna have to kill her because he's gonna be defending himself. I've been saying Jon Snow is gonna be the one that actually ends up killing her. And he's not gonna want to do it, but he
gonna have 2 bays dead. 2 bays. I mean, he didn't kill the other joint, but
I just feel like he is a nice person. Like, he didn't want to kill the old bae either, but Dany just seemed like Daenerys ass, she on some other shit.
Dog, her whole fucking plot in life is to get on the Iron Throne.
I mean,
so like literally she like, I mean, the D was good and like I'm feeling you, but like I'm not about to give up the Iron Throne and be your queen. Like I'm gonna be the queen. Like I'm not about to be your bae and that's how I get like close to the throne. Like I'm trying to run it. So I feel like he not gonna be thinking like, oh, I need to kill you, but I think she gonna try to do something either during the whole war or afterwards. She gonna try to be like, either I'm not gonna save this nigga, I'm gonna let him die because I'm trying to come out victorious or some shit, or maybe her dragon's gonna swoop in and try to save her, but don't save John ass. It's gonna be something where she gonna be like, nah, let that nigga die.
Oh, what if the dragon saved him and not her?
Because
Because
technically he is a Targaryen.
yeah,
And you know that motherfucker sniffed his hand and was like, oh, okay, you good, nigga. You straight. You one
smell
of
my
us.
palm.
You straight. You one of us. You good. I'm just waiting for them 2 fucking dragons to jump the fucking dead nigga, the dead dragon. Because first of all, that dead dragon is taking out everybody. First of all, when I was watching and I was doing my binge, I was like, y'all niggas ain't gotta worry about the fucking army of the day. Y'all got 3 whole ass dragons. Like, fuck them niggas and burn them the fuck up. But then when that nigga threw that ice spear and killed that motherfucking dragon, I said, oh, y'all got a problem.
Yeah.
Y'all got a problem.
That
now.
motherfucker's eye opened, it was blue. I was like, no.
No, as soon as he took out that joint, I said, oh, he about to try to kill the dragon. And then the first thing I thought of, I was like, what if the nigga die? He gonna be a dead joint. Like, oh, no, don't. I'm like, you gonna have to swerve that joint. And then he definitely hit him with the ice spear.
Got his ass up out of there.
Dog, aim was impeccable. Killed that nigga off the rip. I said, God damn. But yeah, next episode is definitely going to be interesting for those of y'all that don't watch Game of Thrones. Sorry, you're going to hear a little smidget every episode.
I think for sure Grey Worm is going to die. Because the way he kissed his boo and how they were talking about, after I serve the queen, after everything is done, we going back with the niggas. Whenever you start talking about planning your future, the Game of Thrones writers be like, no, like, ain't no more.
Straight. It was 2 of yeah. The crazy thing is, like, the last war, I forgot what it was. I thought he was gonna die then. I was like, oh, that nigga ain't coming back, because like they feeling each other. But now they definitely gonna kill him off because they done smashed. They all in love. She done put fear in the man heart. He used to be a goddamn G. Now he like, you're my weakness. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot. Bitches always right. Why couldn't you just let this nigga be a G? Now the nigga got to fear because he got to come back to you and shit.
I think Brianna's gonna die too.
Yeah, after she got knighted.
Yep.
She ain't even gonna get to smash the little the giant's milk drinker.
She don't want him. She want to smash Jamie.
Dog, she want him bad. She always be gazing at that nigga like, you and that iron hand, that gold hand of yours.
I kind of wish she could get some. Oh, speaking of getting some,
the DM.
Okay. I'm here for it because of the way that she took it and how the next scene when we saw them, he was sleeping, she was awake looking like, was that it?
That's what I was missing.
That was kind of gross. Like, we have seen her since she was a kid. I was kind of like, side boob, ugh, what are we doing?
She's a whole ass killer. Let her, so it's okay for the youngin' to kill niggas, but she can't get no, come on, son. She done endured a lot of shit. She went blind.
Like, they could have just insinuated the sex, though. They didn't have to show us.
When do they insinuate anything on Game of Thrones?
They really don't, because
they be in the beginning seasons in the whorehouse. Come on, son.
Mara came out at the wrong moment. They definitely had full balls on the screen. She was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Dog, my bad."
I definitely can't watch that anytime my daughter is in the house. I'll be like, "Hey, what you want? What you coming down the steps for? Tell me what you need. Let me pause this. It's good."
Facts.
But yeah, next week is definitely going to be interesting, and we'll be talking about that as well. I'm sure we're going to be tearful.
I have been limiting the amount of alcohol. Well, I've only in my house, been drinking wine, and that's only been here and there. But on Sunday, I will have a drink because I just feel it in my spirit. Like,
you're going to need it. I feel like I'm gonna be stressed because I saw a post where they said like this is gonna be the longest battle sequence in TV history. They said that they was comparing it to, what was it? God damn it, I forgot what the post said. I should have screenshot it. But basically, it was comparing it to another show that has like a really epic, like battle sequence and stuff. They was like, this is like the longest battle sequence, like involving the most characters with the most going on in like TV history. So like literally it's the whole episode is going to be niggas fighting pretty much. And if they fighting for that, first of all, the joint when they was fighting, like all of the battle scenes be stressing me out, especially when it involves people that I like. So I be on edge, like I be talking to the TV and everything. So the fact that this is about to be the longest fucking, like, yeah, I'm gonna need a drink.
So I feel like Grey Worm is like, if I had to characterize the main characters, I feel like he's like a C list on the list. And then Brienne, while I do like her, I feel like she's like a B lister. Like she's
I think she gonna die like, but like honorably. Like,
oh yeah,
like
she's
probably
not gonna die
saving.
like no bitch.
She probably gonna end up like dying saving John or Sansa or some shit.
Who's the A character that you think is gonna die? Because personally, I think Tyrion is gonna die, and the reason why is because like he's already a small person, so there's no. No, I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm just saying, like, in that time frame, what most people said on the show was like, typically, if somebody births a child like him, they would kill them off top. His family didn't do that, so he already started off as an advantage, with an advantage, because most people would have just killed him. And then,
but he's like the hand of the queen. They putting him in the little dungeon.
Okay,
he's not even gonna be fighting.
You just been, first of all, I think that crypt is the setup. I think all them niggas down there are gonna die. Actually,
oh shit,
I know, like no lie, like they talked about that crypt area way too much.
Like, send the kids and the old people.
Them niggas is dying down there. It's a lot of children.
Or maybe Tyrion gonna be the one to end up saving them.
Listen, everybody,
he gonna turn into a hero.
I like Tyrion. I just feel like you just binge watched the show. You saw how many times that nigga was supposed to die and didn't die.
A whole bunch of times.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to think. Like, so A-list person that I think that's going to fucking die.
I'm talking like next episode going to die.
Next episode, yeah. I don't know if I would call him a A-list. The weak brother, the one that's like half brother, that saved Sansa, that was got his shit cut off. That was a little slave. Theon, I think he gonna die.
Fuck him, he need to die. I still don't like him. Everybody want to forgive him. The North remembers, bitch.
For sure. That nigga was a shady nigga. I think he gonna die. I don't think Arya gonna die. I don't think Sansa gonna die. I don't think Jon is gonna die. At least not this episode.
Yet, no.
Yeah. I don't think Khaleesi's gonna die, but I think maybe the white dude, her hand, like the dude, like her dude.
Damn, the nigga that just got better.
Yeah, that just got cured of the little stone, the stone shit.
Shit.
I think the dude, the book dude that stole the books. They got all the information. I think
Sam.
I think Sam's gonna die.
The funny thing is, I think Sam is going to survive out of everybody, because I think he's going to be the one that tells the story.
He got so much knowledge.
Because that's why. That's the reason why I think he's going to live, because he knows everything. I think he'll be the one that survives.
I know we was on a post. I don't know if it was on a post or the group chat when we was talking about Bran, and he was like, just kill that nigga. Like, I just want this nigga to die. But I don't think Bran is going to die this episode because of the whole visions thing. I think something's going to come into play where he got more powers than niggas really know. Like, I feel like they're like, okay, well, he's going to come for me, and I already got my mark on him, his mark on me. Like, talking about a Night King. Like, I feel like maybe it's going to be some kind of, I don't know, some kind of power, or maybe like a repellent, or maybe this nigga is like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to blow our mind and be like, oh shit, bring that nigga.
I hope that it's not, well, during the last season, which was 2 years ago, they were talking about how Bran was really the Night King, and something that he did when he went back in the past caused everything that happened now. And
when that nigga grabbed his arm.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be doing those visions and shit when the dude wasn't watching them.
But the writers have said, no, that's not it. So I'm like, I hope that it don't turn out to be that, and the writers was just saying that so that we wouldn't be on to their shit.
Let me tell you something. If I was watching Game of Thrones with you guys who have been watching it from the rip, and I had to wait 2 fucking years for a fucking episode, I would have been pissed to... I got to binge, thank goodness, so I went all the way through into this episode. But like, if I would have been watching, like, first of all, it's pissing me off that I can only watch 1 episode a week. This shit is blowing my fucking life. Like, I literally went from watching like 7 episodes a week, maybe more. Like, nigga, like, Game of Thrones was my life for like the past 3 months. So the fact that I have to wait until every fucking Sunday is stressing me the fuck out. But if I had to wait 2 years for this fucking season, like, just seeing how good last season was when I binged, and then had to wait to see what the fuck is happening for 2 years, y'all gotta be ready to fight like shit. Like, I'm like, fuck this show and everybody who wrote it. What took them so long? They was trying to figure out how to wrap it up, or what?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
But
crazy.
I was upset because this was a 6 episode season, but the rest of the shows for the remainder of the season are all like an hour and 20 minutes,
Yeah,
which
they're
is
gonna be
like a mini
longer.
movie. So
Right.
a bitch will be up, popcorn, and crown on ice.
Oh,
Ready.
ready.
That's all I have.
Let's see. I don't know if there's any
I just want to
tea.
say really quickly that bitches need to shut the fuck up if they
Ooh.
can't fight, and
Oh.
then stop reporting people to the police because they got their ass whooped.
Oh, what?
Um,
Wait a minute. Where that came from left field? What we talking about?
Remy Ma allegedly punched one of them girls that used to be on Love and Hip Hop that nobody cared about, that's no longer on Love and Hip Hop. And now she's like literally on Instagram, got lawyers and all that other stuff to try to
Get her locked up again.
and you know Remy is on probation and she's
Yeah, she
actually
ain't
near
supposed to be getting in no fucking fights.
she's near the end of her probation too. Like she would have been
Oh
off
my
in
god.
August. So this is like to me it's like really
A
but the
setup.
thing that pisses me off is like this girl talks so much shit when she was on Love and Hip Hop. Not to Remy, but just in
In
general about
general.
and now like just get your ass whooped and take that L. Like
Which
you
girl
know,
is? Oh, I might have to look this up.
her name is Brittany Taylor, I want to
Oh, I
say.
don't know who the fuck that
Exactly.
is.
She's a fucking nobody. But it's just like listen, people lose. Sometimes you lose.
I'm tired of everybody. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to sound crazy. I'm tired of motherfuckers running and telling every fucking thing. Like you said, just everybody's so fucking soft. Like, get in a fucking fight. If you lose, you lose. Take that L and you live to fight another day.
That's
Like, god
it.
damn. Like, let me go call the police and fuck up their whole life because I got my ass beat. Like, did she shoot you? Did she stab you? Did she fucking kill your
That was what
children?
I
Like, get the
said.
fuck out of here. Like,
She
your
she
pride is
shot the
so
last
fucking hurt.
bitch.
Right. You got punched. At least you used your hands. Like, I mean, use her hands. Like, I don't know. Like,
And then what I heard was that she disrespected her Remy's daughter. So it's like
oh,
you
you really
probably
wilder.
deserve to get your ass popped. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's it ain't really tea time. I'm not spending no time on these hoes. I'm just saying like, come on, let's.
Papoose all positive. Like, come on, ma. We gotta think. We got a family.
What I love though is that throughout all of this, Remy Ma has just been posting pictures of her kid and her clothing line and her store. Unbothered. Like, bitch, we'll see what happens.
Right.
So I'm just hoping nothing happens because that would be
would
some
suck
petty ass
so
shit.
bad. Oh my god, that would
Because
suck so
somebody
bad.
just upset because they got a black eye. Like, run up, get down up, bitch. You know what
Right.
it is.
Right. Next time, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Let's
So
see. What else? Oh, I don't know if you care. We don't really talk about politics. That's that one episode we kind of got on politics, but I saw something where Biden is supposed to be announcing that he's running for president
yeah, I heard.
for 2020. I don't know how I feel. Y'all gotta see what this nigga is talking about solo dolo. I know I loved him with Barack, but I need to see him when he's on his own and what his own agenda is.
Well,
So,
he was kind of with some of them fuck shit policies of the 90s. So I just want people to not get all caught up. He was, Barack's dude, and maybe some of his positions have changed. I don't know, but
that's why I say I need to see what he talking about solo. Like what you got? What's your vision and what you talking about? I seen something with some lady talking about erasing fucking college debt and debt forgiveness. I said, oh
yes.
bitch, can you make it fall?
You wouldn't qualify.
Why not?
Because your house, I'm not trying to put nobody's money out there, but you couldn't make over a certain amount of money, and
that's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't got my vote then, bitch. I thought you meant across the board, nigga.
No, I was looking at that shit and I was like, I could legally separate from Joe for like a year.
I could just fucking quit my job and be like, y'all, I'm gonna come back. Leave this fucking position over for like 2 years, nigga. I'll be
bump it
right
down
back.
to part-time or some shit.
Right. Like, nigga, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I was looking at it and it was like, oh, if you didn't make more than this, and then I was like, okay, well, I don't make more than that, but then it was like as a whole, so like your whole family. So I was like, well, there's that.
Right. Oh well, bitch, you out.
Yeah. Trust me, I looked into that shit. When
I saw that shit. I said, oh, okay. I'll keep my eye out for you. Look, I ain't even really looking to it. I just seen the headlines. I said, oh, I'm gonna keep an eye out for this bitch. See what you talking about. Okay. Duly noted. Anybody talking about college debt, my damn ears perking like, what you say now, huh? Erasing what now? What you say? What we gotta do? Look, whew, that is crazy. I don't really got no real TT.
I didn't have nothing.
Yeah, hold on. Are we just going right on to goodbye and release?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, you want to go first, or you want me to go first, or
You go first.
all right? So I kind of got two. I guess not two. I guess one is a bad, and the other one is a release. All right. So the bad. The people, whoever they are, the builders, or maybe I'll call them the architects, who planned how to build my house are fucking ignorant, and I hate you. We have smoke detectors, and they're supposed to be wired smoke detectors, but they have a backup battery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if your wiring is off, but all of the backup batteries are starting to die because they make that annoying ass beeping sound,
Oh
like
my
when you're.
God.
So we've been having to go around the house and change the batteries for the wired fucking backup. I mean, for the smoke detectors, which doesn't make sense because the battery is supposed to be like, if your fucking power went out, your fucking smoke detector would still
Right.
work. So I don't understand, because it's not like our power goes out every fucking day. So I'm just trying to figure out how these fucking batteries are dying if they're wired and supposed to be. Anyway, so the other day, the one in our bedroom started beeping. We have a vaulted ceiling in our fucking bedroom,
I was
and
gonna
the
say that.
fucking smoke detector is on the fucking ceiling. So we literally have to do. So we're lazy, so we literally probably reset the shit and like silence it for like a good week before we change the battery. But after silencing the one in our bedroom from a couple of days and see the acrobatic moves that my husband has to do just to fucking silence it, I'm just like, how the fuck we gonna put this new battery? Because I bought new batteries, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to like, literally, you would have to have the tallest of the tallest ladder, or we're gonna have to some kind of way put a ladder on top of our dresser, which that alone stresses me out because it's gonna
What?
fall apart. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck we're going to get to our goddamn ceiling to change the fucking battery in this goddamn smoke detector. And I
Y'all
just want
gonna
to
have to
say,
get a really, really tall ladder. They have them. They're just
so
really tall.
so I'm supposed to put that shit in my car on the way home. Like, what am I supposed to do with this shit? Like, I
I
mean,
wonder if you can rent a ladder from like Home Depot
I
or
think my
something.
dad has ladders because he used to do a lot of like home improvement and stuff. I'm just like trying to figure out, like, should I strap it to the roof of my car? Like, how the fuck am I going to get this big ass ladder into my car? Like,
Do your
home,
seats fold down?
like the back seats.
Uh-huh.
I think like the middle one does, but like not all of them. Like my older car did, like where all of the seats laid down. But like the car that I have now is just the middle panel. Because I've tried to take like pause, like longer things that I need to take home, like, but it's not as big of a pause hole for me to stick.
Ooh.
That
Ow.
sounds so bad. It's not a big enough hole to stick the long
I
shit in.
gotta take longer things and holes and boom chicka bow
Stick them in
wow.
there and take them home.
I mean,
No,
that might be the only way.
yeah, because it's stressing me out because like literally so many have started to die that I know the schedule that for a little while, like, it goes off every 12 hours, then it'll go
Oh.
down to every 9 hours, and we usually stop it at every 9 hours because then that's stressful because it's like literally we're resetting it, and as soon as we wake up we're like, all right bitch, come on, we gotta push this button. So I am saying a big fuck you to whoever designed this house and decided that it would be smart to put the smoke detector on the top of the fucking vaulted ceiling. Fuck you. The other one is a release that was bad. The release, I would like to release yoga. Like, fuck
Why?
it. Fuck it. Like, literally, the first time I ever did yoga was like 3 years ago. And I remember being like, oh, okay, like, it's yoga. Like, it's about to be some stretches and some poses. It's about to be some like light shit. And I remember it was like not as light as I thought it was gonna be. Like, I was like, bitch, I'm not flexible at all. Like, goddamn. But I went to yoga on Saturday. And when I woke up Monday morning,
Oh, damn, I skipped a day.
whole damn day. No, wait a minute.
No, Sunday. I'm tripping. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, because that was Saturday. Sunday, like literally, my stomach, I was doubled over in pain. I didn't realize how much of your core that you use in yoga, and like the instructor was really good. So she was really detailed on how you should hold certain poses and how you should engage your core to get, balance and stability. And apparently my ass was actually listening to her fucking ass and not bullshitting, because I was in pain the next day. Like my stomach hurt so bad. I was popping the most fucking medicine and doing stretches, trying to stretch out my stomach. And I say all of that to say, fuck yoga. Yeah, I didn't lose any weight. I mean, I did eat a lot too, but look, I don't have time. Like, if I'm going to do a workout, it's going to be like, bitch, go lift some weights and like get on a treadmill or an elliptical, because yoga, it seems really cute. And it's like, oh yeah, like you can put on your little yoga pants and like go in the joint and put your leg in the air, do the downward dog and stretch and do a plank. Dog, that shit hurts. Especially if you fat like me and you don't do this shit every day. Like, I literally was in that motherfucker looking like, okay, like I be doing yoga every goddamn week and I don't. And my body was like, you got me fucked up. So I'm releasing that shit, and yogis around the world, you won't ever see me again. Suck my dick. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, fuck that. Fuck the downward dog, the upward dog, all of them shits, like the tree pose. Like, fuck all them shits because it hurts. The end. That's my rant. So, fuck yoga.
What's your good?
Hashtag fuck yoga.
I'm putting that in the description.
Hashtag fuck yoga. The good is that I'm feeling better, bitch. Like, I got my fucking core back. I was like literally like in the fetal position, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, did I eat some bad food? Like, it was hurting so bad. Like, I thought like maybe like I ate some bad food. Like, it was cramping, like. But what made me knew it was the yoga is like when I started stretching, and you know that feeling after you go to the gym and then, like, your muscles are tight, and like it was just like in my abs, but like worse than like. And I've gone through my phases where I would go to the gym regularly, so I know what sore muscles feel like, but my abs have never been worked that much, like I think, in my entire life. And I don't have time. Like, I'm too old for that shit. Like, I got 2 whole ass kids. My kid wants me to pick him up. Who the fuck has time for ab pains? Like,
No.
Cause he don't.
That means it was working.
It was. That's it. Never again. So I hope I got a 6-pack under this fat, because that's the end of that shit. I'm leery about how many crunches I should do these days after the way my stomach was feeling. I'm like, shit, I don't know. I don't want to go overboard. I don't want them yoga pains. I'm gonna call them shits yoga pains. Anytime my stomach hurt, oh, I'm having yoga pains. Like, who has time? But I digress. What's your good, bad, and release?
I'm gonna start off with release. I want to release ashy ass niggas. You know, I seem to find the ashiest post ever on Facebook, and I found one where a gentleman said that it is the job of a woman to motivate a man to want to do right by her.
I say, what now? Huh?
Yeah. And you know, his post, yeah, so want to do right by us. And it wasn't even the post that bothered me as much. It was the ashy ass comments by other men.
The comment section always bring the niggas, boy.
Yeah, like the amount of men that were agreeing and trying to justify what he was saying. And it's just like, nigga, what is y'all jobs? What do y'all fucking do? Because we got to motivate y'all to get your lives together. We got to motivate y'all to want to do right by us. We got to get on top and suck a dick. Like, what do y'all fucking do?
Cook your dinner, watch the kids.
And still
cute.
Work.
I was like, work, look cute.
Yeah.
Like what do you do?
What are y'all doing? Like, I don't understand. And like my status said, if this is the job, then point me to the unemployment line. I'm not signing up for this. I'm not motivating no fucking body in their 30s to want to do right by me.
But what sense does that make? Why would I want to be in a relationship where I have to convince someone to treat me correct or treat me like that is not my duty? You should like me enough and have decent sense enough to treat me right.
Yeah.
Why should it be my duty to make sure I'm doing everything for you to be treated right? Like, what kind of shit is when nigga motivate me
to be motivated to motivate you. How about that, nigga?
There is a page called Black Men Against Feminism,
That sounds like some fuck
where
shit.
it is the ashiest of ashy posts, where basically I don't feel like any of the men in that group like Black women at all. They talk about how Black women have taken the mindset of white women, and that's the destruction of the Black family. But then they
Oh
put
my
the white
God.
women on a pedestal, and that's fine. If you like white women, do what you got to do.
I mean,
It's
no
just,
shade, but the only reason why Black families are staying together is because of Black women. But
I
how
mean,
about
no
that?
shade. The only reason why they broke up was because y'all were fucking getting locked up and beating your
And
wives' ass. But
how about that?
you
How about
know, you talk, people talk all the time about how, like, when their grandfather died, some other family showed up and they found out that granddaddy was, out here fucking and doing whatever, got a whole other family,
that? Right,
But instead, y'all want to blame it on feminism. That's fine. I want to release y'all. I don't want to
right.
see that shit on my fucking timeline. I don't even know who the fuck he's putting this shit on my fucking timeline. Like,
Why do it keep popping? It's like they know it. Like, oh, she don't like this shit. Let's fuck
like
with her today.
when I open up, and it's only on Facebook, I never see. So maybe I need to just deactivate that shit because it's on Facebook. It's never on Instagram. It's never on Twitter. Every time when I go on Facebook, I either see one of y'all hotep ass pictures where Nipsey Hussle was somehow like with Nelson Mandela strolling down the street for whatever fucking reason, or it's these dumbass like, women need to stop doing this and start doing that. And meanwhile, the motherfuckers that be posting it are unemployed. And I don't care what nobody says, they're unemployed. He looked unemployed. So
Bitch.
I'm gonna release you, ashy niggas. The bad is that I realized that I have gone to the hospital so much in the past year, and none of my things have been resolved. Like, and I've been reading all these stories about how doctors do not take Black women's complaints seriously, and
I'm a believer in it.
there's so many stories about how Black women were not treated in the appropriate time frame, and had they been treated sooner, things could have been prevented. There's a story about a woman who had a C-section. She was hella healthy, but something went wrong in the process, and they told her husband, like, okay, we have to do this, but she's not a priority right now. So it took them over 8-9 hours to do whatever treatment, and by that point she had lost so much blood she ended up dying. And,
Wow.
yeah. And so while none of my complaints are anywhere near that, it's just like I don't have any resolution to anything. Like I get migraines that last for like 6-7 hours. And I did get a CAT scan. They said nothing was wrong, but it's like, okay, but bitch, I still get these
The
like,
pain is still here, though.
yeah, and I get them once or twice a week. And like at one point I was getting them like every other day. And like I do have a low tolerance for pain, but I don't like medicine. So I will wait until the pain is like on 1,000 before I take
Unbearable.
medicine. I don't like medicine. I don't like NyQuil because medicine
Ooh,
knocks me the fuck out.
NyQuil's lit.
Well, it knocks me out. So like I have literally been in tears over my migraines. Like my migraines are painful and no one can give me an answer. I have, not to like overshare, but like my menstrual cycles, I don't think that I should be doing as much as what's happening. And
Right.
I have pictures just for the doctors.
For the
Like,
doctor. Like,
yes.
just in case you think I'm being extra.
Because I'm
This
like,
is too much.
oh, these are size golf balls. Like, what's happening here? Like, it's graphic. Sorry, guys. But like, I have gone to see about that. And every month, same thing happens. Like, they talk about you're not supposed to go through your pads or your tampons more than this amount of time. And I don't use those. I use cups. But the good thing with cups is you can measure it. And they talk
Right.
about how you shouldn't be passing like
A
the
certain
average.
amount.
My shit is like 5 times more than what
The average is.
yes, every single
Bitch.
month. Like I write down in a journal how many times I have to change the cup and when it's full and all that. So again,
And they still don't take it seriously.
they're not taking it seriously. Just even with my weight, like when I was in California and I was vegan, I was working out all the time, and it's like, okay, I'm doing all these things and I'm not losing weight. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I'm not as disciplined as I was in California, but I was hella disciplined in California. I wasn't losing weight. Um, it's just so many things. And so I'm just annoyed, and I'm about to just start being a pest because
You
I don't want,
should.
yeah, I don't want medicine. I'm not one of those people that's just trying to go to the hospital to get medicine. I just want to not fucking have migraines, not fucking bleed to death, and not fucking be fat when I'm fucking eating celery and shit every day. Like, that's it. That's
I read an article. It's funny you say that about them not taking Black women and their like medical concerns seriously. I was reading an article on Facebook, and it was a story like told by a nurse. So, long story short, a nurse had to have some type of surgery, but she had this surgery at a hospital different from
where she worked.
the one that she worked at. So, long story short, she was having some issues with pain, and she just like, look, like my pain level is here, like blah blah, and the nurse or the doctors weren't really trying to help her with her pain regimen. They were giving her the standard shit and it wasn't working. And so the nurse was like, we really need to, it was a Black nurse that had the surgery, but the nurse that was attending to her was white, and of course all the doctors in the hospital, not of course, but the doctors in the hospital were white as well. And they were kind of brushing her off like, all right, well, we gave her this, we gave her perks, we gave her this, and blah blah, like it's just gonna have to deal. And she didn't tell them that she was a nurse. She kept it, to herself. And she was telling her nurse, she was like, they're not going to believe me, and they're not going to believe you about the pain level, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Like, and it was called, her pain was causing her to not heal properly, because whatever surgery she was having, she had to like get up and walk and do certain things before they could release her from the hospital. But she was in so much pain, she couldn't get out of being balled up pretty much. Like, so, like, with certain surgeries, depending on how you cut, if you lay in a certain kind of way in the bed the whole time, like your shit not going to heal right, or like, it could be issues. And she's like, they're not going to believe you. Long story short, because it was a really, really long read or whatever, the nurse went out of her way and like had to go like really, really high up in the hospital to get permission to try some other stuff for her pain, and it ended up working. And the patient nurse was grateful and was like, I just want to say thank you, just to let you know, like, I am a nurse, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just, some random
Right.
person. But a lot of times when they see a Black person come in here and be like, oh, I'm in pain, they automatically think like, oh, we just want all the pain meds. Like, just, basically prescribe
We're
me
not even
all
the
the fucking.
abusers of that shit. That's them. So I don't even
Look, that's what I'm
understand.
saying. Like for what? Like, give me this shit and I can fucking get out of your hair. Like, I'm balled up in pain. Like, I'm fucking hurt. But she, appreciated her and was like, thank you so much for, you know, going above and beyond and believing me, because like obviously nobody else. And then the article was from the standpoint of the nurse that was helping the Black girl. And she
Right.
was like, it's just crazy to me that like literally nobody believed this woman, and they kind of like brushed me off and was like, oh, she's straight. And like, when she tried whatever, remedy she tried, like, and she had to jump through fucking hurdles to get this shit approved, and like it ended up helping the lady. It's just crazy. Like, it's like they dismiss you to be like, oh no, that bitch can suffer, she's straight.
When I
Like,
was in
fuck that,
Cali,
be a past girl.
from like November 2016 to February 2017, I was sick. Like, I was sick. And I kept going
Mm-hmm.
up. Like, I wasn't going up there as often, but like I went up there and I was just like, I've been taking medicine. I'm not getting any better. They
Mm-hmm.
literally give you something called like a Z pack. A Z pack is just fucking the same shit you can get over the counter. So like after a while, I started writing down like, okay, real sick on this day, like got better on that day. So I was like, fuck it. Every time I get real sick, I'm gonna go to the hospital. So
Mm-hmm.
legit, I kept going up there and I was like, listen, I've had bronchitis before. This is bronchitis. They kept saying it wasn't bronchitis. I'm like, okay, because they didn't want to give me antibiotics. That was their whole thing.
Uh-huh.
They were like, well, antibiotics don't work for the common cold. So we just have to give you this. We just have to give you that. So legit, it got to the point where I would go up there every week because we lived on base and the hospital was on base and I worked on base. So it wasn't like it was do anything to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started
Right.
going every fucking week just to show them like I'm fucking sick. They ended up giving me antibiotics, although they didn't believe it was bronchitis. I was fucking fine. As soon as I got the antibiotics in like 2 or 3 days, I was perfectly fine. Didn't get sick for the rest of the season. And that's just some low
Wow.
shit. My friend, who I'm not going to put out there, she fucking went in for a routine fibroid removal surgery. This is a common fucking surgery. She
Right.
kept going back and complaining that she was fucking in pain. This bitch almost died. And they had to she had to get her whole fucking uterus removed. So now she would never
Mm.
have fucking kids. Actually, we weren't even friends when all this shit happened. I found out
Right.
that it happened, and that's how we started talking again, because like the bitch had to sit in the hospital with her stomach open for 24 hours. She has a picture of her
Mm.
stomach fucking open because her doctor didn't believe her when she kept saying, I'm still in pain. I'm still in pain. Like, what's going on? And so now
Right.
she's suing them because that shit
I hope
was
she fucking runs through they
not
shit.
just that, but her lawyer found out that that doctor has had other fucking cases against him. Like babies have died
Wow.
fucking around with him. Shit could be 1000% preventable. And I don't know enough
Trash.
about if it's a race thing or not. I just know that for me, I just don't want to fucking have a migraine every other day, and I don't want to bleed to death, and I don't want to be
Right.
fat when I know that I'm doing everything I can be doing. That's it.
Take me
Like
serious,
that's it.
nigga.
It just take people seriously. People are
Like, nigga, we pay our fucking insurance for a
yes.
fucking reason. If I'm taking time out of my fucking day to come see your punk ass, it's for a reason. It's not because I want to see your shiny face. Nigga, take my concerns seriously. Like, I'm fucking telling you. Like, I got better things to do than complain about fake shit. Like, I'm really feeling X, Y, and Z, or these are my symptoms. Like, I don't understand what the fucking issue is.
Yeah. So that's my little rant for that. The good that I
Mm-mm.
have. So I at my last job, we had an inspection, and the inspector was I guess impressed with myself and someone else, and he was like, send me y'all resume. And he was talking about how they travel all the time because they go to all these different places to inspect. And I gave him my
Mm-hmm.
resume. I didn't hear anything. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
got on my crystal shit, I had got a call from somebody in that office,
Yeah.
and he was like, are you still interested in the job? And I was like, yeah, even though I did feel kind of bad because I literally just
She
started my
just
new
started.
job in the
Yeah.
very end of November.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't hear anything else, from them. So I was actually talking to JT, and I was like, well, although I didn't get it, at least the universe acknowledges the route I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to just sit at a desk and be bored all day long.
Right.
Well, yesterday at 2:58 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
got
specifics.
an offer letter for that
Bitch.
job.
Shut
I
up.
did. And I really was only conflicted for like an hour or so because I was like, I do feel bad. Like, I never want to just get a job and just dip out. But then it's like, I can't retire until I am in my 50s. And right now I'm in my
So do you really
30s.
do you
So,
really want to be doing this for that
yeah,
long?
it's like I have to make moves that are going to make me happy because I still have a lot of fucking work life left.
And you don't want to fucking keep going into a job every fucking day where you despise that shit. And you like, oh, I should have just took that other one. Like,
Right.
especially when you want to do the traveling and doing extra stuff where you're not just sitting at the fucking same desk every day.
Right.
Like, that's lit. Hey, congratulations, babe.
So I'm excited, and I was talking to the supervisor today because I didn't get chosen traditionally. Like, I don't have a job description. So I was like,
What am I gonna be
that's what I was saying. I
doing?
was like, listen, from what I've heard, I want to take this, but I want to be clear. Like, I don't want to accept, and then when I get there, it'd be like, oh, bitch, nope, you got to do this, got to do that. Like, no, let's be clear
Right.
on what my expectations are. Since I didn't have a formal resume. So when I was telling
Right.
my other friend about it, she was like, bitch, that's because your resume speaks for itself. And I was like, it does, doesn't it? So I'm a little stressed out because it is a lot of traveling, and I do have my child, and then my husband, he's gone. So hopefully they won't have me traveling like as soon as I get there. Hopefully it'll be a couple months. The government is slow, so it'll probably be some time before I even start. And
Right.
then, they'll want to get me acclimated, and then by that point JT will be on his way back. But I'm so freaking happy. So
that's exciting. Is it a change in pay?
it is not, but I'm gonna take it. Like at the
Yeah,
time,
because I'm about to say, because even if it's the same pay, like you said, at least it's going to be doing something that's more interesting to you.
right? And then you'll get like hella per diem, you know what I'm saying, for traveling to
Oh
all these
yeah,
places. So
that's true.
it'll work itself out as far as all that's concerned. At the time though, when I had sent my resume, it would have been an increase in pay. But now it's just the same. But that's fine.
Oh, okay. That is lit. Congrats, boo.
Thank you.
That is good news.
Hmm.
Look at them crystals. You got to
I'm
bring
saying
me some
though.
crystals, bitch. Like I'm about to be looking up some shit, and you got to give me the crystal connection because all this fucking laughing I was doing, I need to fucking get me a bowl of crystals and just like be touching them shits
No
all day or
bullshit. I've only
something.
had my crystals for like a month or so. So don't sleep on the crystals. I got a crystal Bible if you want to skim through and just see.
Go ahead and bring that shit this
Sure
weekend, then,
will.
bitch. Cause look, especially with this little business, I need all the crystals, honey.
And you know, once I get my little side thing going on,
Bang, bang, bing.
boom, bam.
Listen, like what?
Right.
Boom, bang, bing, bang, bam.
Bam, bam.
Niggas got your own language. Yes, we have our own language, and we knew exactly what the fuck we was talking about. That is funny because we literally knew what the fuck we was saying. Well, that's all I got because, like I said, I ain't got no tea.
That's
But that's a good place to end it with some good news.
Yes, yes.
So we thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we tell you guys to go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Chatty Pattys.
Yes, please.
On our Instagram, we got the little link tree where you can go and see everywhere that we're streaming, as well as a link to our website where we have there as well all the links where we're streaming, as well as embedded episodes. But we thank you guys as always for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.